Hi, it's Ringmaster Caton from Circus Imagination. We're going to be doing a beginning juggling lesson. Let's talk about our materials. So this is all stuff that I found from around the house. Some objects are going to be better for beginning jugglers than others. Some good things to look for. Maybe you got some tissue paper or some tissue wrapping. Those will be helpful. Some tennis balls, maybe some wiffle balls. Juggling balls would be ideal. If you don't have any of those things, you can always find a pair of socks, or dad socks if you want something a little bit bigger. Socks are great because they're soft, they're not going to break anything around you. Things that you don't want to juggle with. Objects that are too big, you're not going to be able to catch those. Leave them alone. Objects that are too small, not going to be able to catch those. Or objects that are too hard. You don't want to use this because it can hurt somebody. Alright, so now that we have our materials, let's talk about location. You want to be sure to be someplace that's pretty open so there's nothing that you can break around you. Outside's okay, but you don't want to be facing in the sun. Inside, just make sure that there's nothing of mom or dad's you're going to be breaking. Alright, now a couple aids that will help you. A table. If you have a table that's in front of you and you're juggling, if you drop something, it just falls to the table. Real easy to pick it up, get going again. If you don't have a table, you can do it over by a couch. A couch is another good location where you can juggle in front of. It drops, it's real easy to pick up. Trust me, you'll spend about half the time juggling just bending over picking up your objects. Alright, so let's get started. We're going to start with our tissues. Now tissues are very easy because they float down, but they're unpredictable because they can grab different currents. So starting with one hand, one tissue, just going to throw it up, catch it with the same hand. Up and catch. Up and catch. Up and catch. Easy enough. Now try the other hand. Up and catch. Up and catch. Up and catch. Now if you don't have tissue, you might be able to use toilet paper. It might be hard to find in 2020. Or some paper towels, something like that. Up and catch. Now once you got that down, we're going to go ahead and switch over to the other hand. It's going to be a rainbow shape. Up and down. And then same thing other direction. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Alright, so that's basically what you're going to be doing with one object. Moving on to two objects. Two tissues. Now I'm going to hold both in one hand. I'm going to hold the bottom one and grab it with my pinky and my ring finger. The green one, the top one, I'm going to hold with my index and my middle finger. I'm going to throw the green one first. It's going to go straight up. As it reaches the top here, that's when I'll throw the second one, and they'll trade places. This will be calming tissues. Here we go. One up, second one up. Catch and catch. Catch and catch. And catch. Excellent. Try with the other hand. Up, up, catch, catch. Up, up, catch, and catch. Very good. Now one in each hand, they're going to trade places. Again, making that rainbow shape. Up and over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Cool. Now, as you can see with tissues, my hands are kind of chasing and grabbing them out of the air. Once we move on to these harder objects, they're going to be able to have a more consistent fall. They'll be easier to grab. All right, now with three. So with three, we'll have the yellow one in my left hand. We'll go with the green one on the bottom and red one on the top here. And the way this is going to work is red one will go up. As soon as red one's here, I'll throw yellow one up. They'll change places. Then as yellow comes down, I throw green up, and they'll change places. And there will be your pattern. Here it goes. Like this. Ready, and green, yellow, red, boom, boom, boom. Kind of hard to see because as they're in midair, I'm grabbing them, but it looks like that. Boom, 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 boom. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so that's tissues. Now let's move on to something a little bit harder here. Let's do same thing with wiffle balls. Always start with one hand figure out how that object feels. Get used to it. Throw it up, get it back over there. Back and forth, back and forth. Throw in that second one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One hand calming. Nice to have that table around. Try with the other hand. Now, wiffle balls are a little bit harder because your hands might be smaller. You might not be able to grab it all. If that's the case, let's move over to the socks. Socks might be a little bit smaller, a little bit squishier, easier to hold on to. Now here again, first thing you want to do, start with 1, up and catch, up and catch. Now, up and over, up and over, up and over. Don't sweat it if you drop it. Half of juggling is dropping. The other half is picking up. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to do 2 in one hand, calming socks. 1 up, second one up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go across. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keeping those hands nice and close, consistent. You want your hands being in the same location all the time, elbows nice and tucked in. Keeping your focus straight ahead, using your peripheral vision to watch the objects. My eyes aren't following the objects, my eyes aren't looking down at my hands. They're always staying here and then using my peripheral vision to watch what's happening. Here we go again. And if your hands are consistent and calm, you can rely on the objects falling back to that same location or colliding in midair. All right, now let's move over to 3 socks. 2 socks in one hand, 1 in the other, pinching the bottom one here with my lower fingers, grabbing the upper one here. It's going to work like this. The blue one will go up. As the blue one is in the middle, the green one will be thrown up. They'll switch places. As the green one's up here, the white one's going to go up. They'll switch places, and green one will come down. And then lastly, this one will come down. This is a 6 count beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Happens pretty fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Now we just keep that routine going. And you're juggling. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit longer than that to get into a good juggling pattern. Just practice again and again and again. Practicing juggling is easy. You can do it anywhere. You can do it in the house, the grocery store. Heck, you can even juggle in the backseat of the car. And then once you got those down, you can intermix them. We can throw in some columning and then go back over to juggling. And then you can add in different objects. This is where it'll start getting harder because they all are going to fly at different rates. They have different weight and the wind reacts to them differently. Next we'll throw in maybe a bowling ball. No. Maybe some eggs. No. There we go. All right, that was basic juggling. So let's review really quickly. You want to find some soft objects from around the house. You want to make sure that there's nothing breakable around you. It's good to have a table around. Once you have those soft objects, dad's socks in this case, start with one hand, just getting that comfortable, getting used to it, knowing what the weight's like, knowing how it's going to fly. Then you're going across, back and forth. Then you throw in the second one. You can get some column in there. Throw in that third one, holding on 2 hands, and crossed. All right. Now, if you want to make some juggling balls, check back in a little while. I'll make my wife make a tutorial on how you can make some juggling balls. You use either rice or bird seed on the inside, and then a little bit of stitching and sewing can make you some really awesome juggling balls. All right, well, we hope you guys had a great time with beginning juggling here at Circus Imaginations Camp. I am Ringmaster Caton. Be sure to subscribe to our channel or check out some of our other tutorials. Carol, the costumier, shows you how to make costumes for your very own circus, how to do hula hoop tricks, how to paint your face. I do some poi tutorials, some balance tutorials, a whole bunch of fun here at Circus Imagination Camp. Take care. We hope you guys have a great day and get out there and practice and have a circus life.